and learn directly from industry experts and thought leaders.
I am feeling very excited, and as a student entrepreneur, I feel like this is an opportunity for me to get exposure on an international level.
I've always wanted to work at Google, like visit Google. For me, going to Silicon Valley means that I'm actually living something that I've always wanted to do. This is a dream come true for me.
I hope to really get to talk to these people who run this very huge enterprise and learn from them how I can do the same here in Africa.
Then bashobora kutekaho mitendera kyoba birungike byose miri kukora korora watangira ibi yakubayire bizibu ebikwija obikurugira muri mogo bayituni bishobora ku affectinga ebyo buhango mu kichweke obe kisaro cyaitu oba amayize gaitu. So hanyuma yekyo yokuserurizoku abakugwabo ne bagenda mayiso ne bakwatagana nabe kulembeza abakwatwaho korora bayikiriza oba bayangira ogwa kubasabire kwikirizibwa kukora omukichweke ubwo kubo ikirizibwe application yawe ikirizibwe ne bakuha engenderwaho oba wetland user permit egyo ne sobora kutwara ha mwaka gumu omwaka gumu it is subject to renewal kurugira engeri oyizire no gikozesamu engeri oba kuba bayizire nyencha kubungera kurora ibi mwatayiriho bwe mwikiranize ukole engeri orakozesamu kichweke obikuba obihondire kurungi nibashobora kubesingira kuongera bakareniyo wenga baitu hanyuma yo mwaka then obakuba barozire ngo nokora kurungi imirimo yane egenda kurungi then kichweka no kirinda kurungi nibashobora kwikereza no mwaka ogundi bakongera bakureniyo wenga nokoro mu kichweke.
Okay,
baitu ekikuru muno obakuba bakwikirize niyo terms and conditions obengenderwaho obworaba notera ibumba engenderwa se mikobeta obworamara kuyihamu ibumba orayongera osweke kya chweke obora kereka kingwire so ezo niye mitendera ibasemeri kuteraho kurora mwikiraniza mwakora wakora bakwikiriza gukora mu kichweke
kali webale muno kutangazamo hari ebya I think atulirize wahura procedure nukingenderwa utsebe kwa ntondera oboraba urikakose kisaru ekinyakwerire ekyo nememo bagisoboraho kandi nosemera kosa kurunga imirimo genda bakweza permit hamirimo ekirunge watsobora erikwetagisibwa harurengoro betu ngwanda senya yengu manya ubundi ndatema yo bunyanse arabata bugonza kusakara ubundi ndatoma yo bunyanse obu tukwetagisa koraki betu ebintu binyanja nebagonza muno of course permit dene ningoza genda mugambi yonde reka turugire kimwe na hamiti yegyo iyo kwara misaru egyo aba mutubereka tunsi aba mutubiyara imiti kenda kusemererire kubyara mu bisaru ebyo then obunne ensozi hakabiwe na cyo kimiyone bibuhango. Yes, just start from there. Okay. Hope you have pick the language.
It's okay. Thank you moderator once again. Yeah. Before I make all the reaction upon the point communication, I would like to appreciate all the communities around Wiriza, the host community and the settlement, for turning up for the commemoration, and also the responsible readers together with the partners. We appreciate their effort towards environmental conservation and protection in Chegega at large. Now, regarding kind of trees which are meant to be planted within the wetland boundaries and also maybe other hilly areas, I think in the wetlands, the indigenous trees which are really recommended, and majorly we can plant the bamboo species, the bamboo trees. Yeah, there are those lower bamboos which can be promoted along the wetland boundaries, and several. If it is a major indigenous tree, I think we can promote it over around the wetlands. Now, regarding the hilly areas, you can plant majorly eucalyptus. Eucalyptus works in areas where the soil looks wasted. Make example the rocky on the hilly areas. You can plant eucalyptus, which is doing well within the Shegega, I've seen. And also, I think pine can also do better on those rocky areas. For Grevillea, you can basically plant it along any land, anywhere, but not measure in the wetland, basically, plant it on these other lands, which is not very hilly, even though you can also do it on the hilly place, yes, regarding what you have. But I basically recommend eucalyptus and pines for the hilly areas, because most of the people who are right now maybe doing tree planting, I try to follow, they majorly plant them in these areas which are completely wasted, where crops cannot be sustained, where nothing can be planted, because eucalyptus alone can do well anywhere at all. Yes. And then maybe for these other species which are common around, you can promote the fruit trees. Those are majorly for home and orchards around schools. Yes. And if you're staying in your school and you need maybe windbreakers, you can, and maybe shades, you can do the terminalia still, and then maybe some gravaria and mysopsis. And we have also Senasemea. There's a tree which we mostly promote in the settlement, which grows very fast. In 1 year, you can start harvesting it. And I'm seeing women are the most champions of this. They have embraced this because they plant it majorly for firewood. Yeah. I think for now, that's all.
Okay, now, thank you so much. Now, for that clarity. Buzibuke bokunira ngo nso kutangatangana kakoba ebyo buhangwa beno biba bitalinzirwe mu bwirwa mu maiso.
Pardon?
Buzibuke bokunira ngo nso kutangatangana kakoba tutalinda kurungi ebyo buhangwa bundi mu myaka nka 5 rukwija myaka 6 rukwija nso kutangatangana bizibuke.
Yeah, a good question again. I'm starting with the current situation.
Yes.
Whatever we are seeing today are the contributions of 5, 6, 7, 10 years and 15 years back, majorly.
Okay.
Whatever the global, maybe the region is experiencing are the impact of our concern. For example, we have done too much degradation. And for the best that whoever, for example, under trees, the best person who have cut trees is the one who is not even planting. Those are the ones who have destroyed trees and all. Those are the ones who have completely enjoyed cutting more and more trees. Because a person who have planted tree and then comes and cuts it cannot just go without having you first have a focus. Oh, I'm planting this tree. Yes, I've planted. I wish I meaning before I cut this, I have a plan. And I do so. Whoever plants a tree is responsible for his tree in there. Look for the ways of returning more trees before they cut this or after they cut this. And they're doing it over. So, for concern of degradation, we have cut trees without mercy. And these trees are our real future, are our life. Because whatever, like now the current drought we are experiencing, there's a lot of degradation. Tree cutting is happening, fun type of poor grazing. We have really overgrazed over all this land. We have applied all the chemicals on the small plots we have over. And everything looks exhausted. You see, man becomes a danger or a threat to his own surrounding by doing all these poor practices.
Actually, his only future.
Yes. And wetlands. Oh my God. When it comes to wetlands, we are so irresponsible. Because that's why I appreciate still our grandparents who were here. The grandparents did not destroy these wetlands. They were conserving for the benefit that we could come and get them. But for us, we have destroyed everything. We don't care about all those who are going to live tomorrow. So a man has put a very big hand. There is no any nature which is destroying this. It is man. And which man? Are us who are around. It is us who are doing this over. That's why I'm giving an example of Apuyo. Those people realize that the Apuyo is completely getting messy. And then they put a strategy whereby I thank the leadership of the father, Apuyo Catholic Parish. He has put an emphasis and effort to mobilize Christians, who are not only Catholics, but the Protestants, the born-agains, the Muslims, in tree planting, including the schools and all that. And the mode of planting, he demonstrated to them that they should really manage to manage these trees. Whoever plants a tree should allow it to grow or manage it to grow. And he has really done it so well and so good. I want really to appreciate him, plus his team who are coordinating this. So with the rest, that's why I still call upon. It is not yet late. It is still early. Let's go back and draw on drawing board and ask what has gone wrong. Where have we missed? Can't we bring it back by ourselves? Because if you're hearing of government, you think the government is the one which sits in Kampala to come and help us do this over. No, it is us, the very indigenous people within the local community, who are completely key instrument in restoring these resources, because it is us who destroyed. Did the government come and destroy anything? No. What is the government saying? Let's use these things responsibly, sustainably, while caring for the future. Are there solutions within us for managing these trees, or these resources sustainably? They are there. They are very within us. But we pay a deaf ear, we jump out of them, we just say maybe the other person may want just to die in poverty. Because if I look, the kind of crops which are planted in this wetland, for example, they are yams. Are yams your food? For example here, what is your food? The people of Shegego Batoro.
Matoke, muhogo.
Now why do you the yams are not even eaten several times? I'm just saying we are just destructive in nature. I no, because I like the speech of the look, now men are struggling. The land which will give us 800 kilograms of maize is struggling to give us 1.5 or 1 bag, 100 kilograms of maize. Why? Because the supporting systems are degraded.
Almighty God,
it itself alone. It has
who in your infinite wisdom,
it has,
providential goodness,
green covers, which are the
has
trees.
appointed the office of leaders and parliaments
wetlands,
for the welfare of society and the just government of humanity.
Which is a major
We beseech you to look upon with your abundant favor these your servants, whom you have been pleased to call to the performance of such important tasks in this land.
Will you do the irrigation?
Let your blessing descend upon them here assembled,
in everything that
and you grant that they may, as in your presence, treat and consider all matters that shall come under their deliberation, in so just and peaceful a manner as to promote your honor and glory, and to advance the good of those whose interests you have committed to their charge.
Around and ask themselves, are we really doing this better? Where are we going? Are we seeing that the future, the mindset change within themselves or within ourselves? And where do we get this information? The information is everywhere. The district has a full natural resource department who are capable and are willing to go down to the community to inform them about it. And others think, others seem not to have had information. Maybe if we need to scale it up, the scaling, the scaling scale is there. We can scale it over to the local population easily.
Okay.
Moreover, in a free charge.
Okay. Webano of course ebigambe batulirize bibaire biri mu Lungereza kandi olulimi olu mu kyalo rubanterere kiboko kandi mambo rampere
Item number 3.
obundi kubatemeka kwete nsonga ekuru zabalizzeho ziri actually ensonga ya maani muno yindozire mu ngo area mindset change.
Proclamation by the Right Honorable Speaker of Parliament on the presidential address on the state of nation. Whereas Article 101 of the Constitution of the Republic of Uganda requires that His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Uganda, is mandated at the beginning of each session of Parliament to deliver to Parliament an address on the state of nation. Thus, that His Excellency, the Republic of Uganda, has, in accordance with Article 101, to the Speaker of Parliament his intention to address Parliament on the state of nation on Thursday, 6th June 2024. Now, therefore, in accordance to Rule 17.1 of the Rules of Procedure of Parliament, I hereby proclaim that the Parliament sits at Kololo Grounds on Thursday, 16th June 24 at 14 hours to receive the address of His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Uganda on the state of the nation, and the Kololo ceremonial grounds to be the precincts of Parliament for the above mentioned purpose, given under my hand at Parliament House, Kampala, this day, 6th of May 24 of June 2024, signed by Anita Among, Member of Parliament and Speaker of Parliament of Uganda.
Item number 4, communication from the chair.
Miringo kienda imutira uhinyonga Oxfam nsamize
Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Uganda, General Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, accompanied by the First Lady, Mama Janet Kataha Museveni, who also doubles to be the Minister of Education and Sports, Her Excellency, the Vice President, Major Retired Alupo Jessica Epel, His Lordship, the Honorable Chief Justice Chigamoy Alphonse Owinidolo, is represented here by the Principal Judge, Honorable Justice Flavian Zeja, the Right Honorable Deputy Speaker, Parliament of Uganda, Right Honorable Thomas Taebwa, the Right Honorable Prime Minister, Honorable Robin Anabaya, as all your deputies, the Right Honorable Leader of Opposition in Parliament, who is watching virtually, Cabinet Ministers and Ministers of State, Your Excellencies, the High Commissioners, the Ambassadors and members of Diplomatic Corps, Honorable members of Parliament of Uganda and members of Parliament of the East African Legislature, guest speakers and presiding officers and their representatives. We have Honorable Kumba, the Speaker of the Transitional National welcome the Right Honorable the Speaker of Parliament of Malawi. You're most welcome. We are going to be of the National Park of Namibia, the Right Honorable First Deputy Speaker of the National Assembly of Zambia, also welcome Honorable Anne Ford, MP representing the Speaker of National Assembly of Seychelles. You're most welcome. The Senator Veronica, representing the Speaker of National Assembly of Kenya, most welcome. Cultural and religious leader present, Head of Public Service and Agencies, District ladies and gentlemen. I welcome you all to this inaugural sitting of the fourth session of 11th Parliament of Uganda. As you may be aware, It is a command of 1995 Constitution of Republic of Uganda in accordance to Article 101 that the President shall, at the beginning of each session of Parliament, deliver to Parliament an address on the state of nation. Therefore, during today's sitting, the House and the nation by extension will receive a presidential address on the state of nation. The state of nation address is an opportunity to reflect on our country's achievements in the previous year, the inherent challenges, and government's legislative agenda for the subsequent session.
On that,
the sitting is also to remind us that the 5-year tenure of 11th Parliament is now at its second last year. This is a kind reminder. It is therefore a moment for a reflection on the gains that you've made, lessons that you've learned, and the milestones ahead of you. As we gather here today, I urge you, honorable members, to deeply reflect upon the Parliament's prayer, which reaffirms the objective of our roles towards ensuring the welfare of society and just government for humanity. Let us renew our solemn commitment to the creation of society that works for the good and dignity of our people. I take this opportunity to congratulate the honorable members of Parliament for the successful accomplishment of a remarkable third session of 11th Parliament. Beyond fiscal performance, in terms of legislation, oversight, appropriation, and representation, I am pleased to report that indeed Parliament and Government of Uganda have made a significant gain in the protection of our national values and furtherance of the aspirations of our people. As I will later enumerate the achievements of legislature registered in the third session, it would have been possible without the consistent, reliable, and remarkable support from His Excellency, the President. We want to thank you, His Excellency, so much for the support. Honorable members, here you can clap for the President. The President of the Republic of Uganda has done a lot to Parliament, who is also a Commander-in-Chief of Forces, General Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. Aware of the leadership, as for the performance of government and societal growth, the development and remarkable performance of 11th Parliament is indeed a testimony of the President's inspirational leadership and unwavering support towards legislature and judiciary. Your Excellency, we do appreciate you as leaders of the House. Your Excellency, as leaders, we affirm our unwavering support and commitment to the realization of your vision for your beloved country, without fear or favor. We are aware that the call for leadership sometimes comes with the risk of being misunderstood, being criticized, being opposed, accused, sanctioned, or even rejected. But we owe it to our society to stand firm And the good Lord will always be with us. On that. On the right side of history, and people will remember what we have done the country at the time we were here. And as our motto says, for God and my country. Psalms 107, 20 and 31. It says, the Lord still to whisper, and the waves and the sea were hushed. People were glad, it grew calm, and he guided them. Excellence and honorable members, the road to the Uganda we desire may be long and sometimes challenging, but we will be there at one time. Require the consistency, commitment to our national values and aspirations, unity and hard work. Being united work cannot make us not be discouraged by all and actions of detractors and enemies of Your Excellency, during the third session of the 11th Parliament, in pursuit to the vision of a transformed, independent, and people-centered parliament, firmly executed the scope of guided performance principle of responsiveness, efficiency, and effectiveness. The Parliament significantly reduced the turnaround time of House business through timely consideration of bills, motions, reports, and presidential appointees' approval, among others. In addition, there has been a tremendous improvement in the quality of legislative output. To this end, Parliament held 87 sittings, during which 5 oaths were administered. 5 oaths were administered 5 new members of Parliament. We passed 47 bills, where 23 bills were in furtherance to the government program on RAPEX. We passed 42 resolutions, 62 reports were adopted. And as I said, out of the 47 bills passed in this third session, 23 bills were in furtherance of the government policy on rationalization of government agencies and public expenditure, RAPEX. The 11th Parliament supports the effort of executive in streamlining government operations, enhancing efficiency, and ensuring that the public resources are efficiently and effectively used. In cases where Parliament has decided on a mismatch between the objective of rationalization and the stated intention of the bill, the House resolved that the bills be withdrawn by the relevant sector ministers to enable further review by cabinet before they are reintroduced, and that is as per the law. Your Excellency, this is a complementary working relationship that 11th Parliament has inculcated with the arms of government. At the end of the day, efficient and effective responsive service delivery requires intragovernmental coordination and complementary. The 11th Parliament is fully cognizant of this precondition. Your Excellency, in order to ensure adequate financing of government expenditure priorities for financial year 2024-2025, the legislature passed tax and revenue bills pursuant to Article 152(1) of the Constitution of the Republic of Uganda and Section 8 of the Public Finance Management Act 2015. Your Excellency and honorable members, in furtherance to the rights of members to introduce the private members' bills and pursuant to Article 94.4b of the 1995 Constitution and Rule 121 of the Rules of Procedure, the House granted leave to 5 members to introduce private members' bills, thereby fostering inclusive and participatory in pursuit of effective representation and oversight, members raise and receive responses to 195 urgent responses from the Prime Minister. Prime Minister, thank you. The Right Honorable Prime Minister responded to 323 questions from the members' written questions. In addition to that, the House considered 60 ministerial statements and 5 statements from leader of opposition in Parliament. Your Excellency, the 11th Parliament, as a people-centered parliament, receives and considers various concerns from the public to this end. During the third session, the House considered 8 petitions from the public. Furthermore, Your Excellency, Parliamentary Commission successfully organized a validation workshop for a mid-term review strategic plan for fiscal year 2020-2021, 2024-2025, during which workshop, honorable members and parliamentary staff and other stakeholders shared valuable ideas and insights. This reaffirms our commitment to good governance and sustainable development. Your Excellency, despite the remarkable performance registered during the third session, it was not all rosy. We regrettably lost one sitting legislature and other eminent sons and daughters of this country. Your Excellency, on Thursday, 18 January 2024, this country woke up to the devastating news of the demise of attached Honorable Cecilia and the woman MP, then the woman MP of Bokolo District, who was a legendary legislator, inspirational leader, a mentor, and a stateswoman with unrivaled degree. In addition, on the 18th November 2023, the country lost Honorable Joyce Mpanga, a
trailblazer
of women
itaka lyabo
rights,
lyalimu ekyapa kyawo kyali kirimu itaka
and
ly'ekisaalu
a former member
bwire
of
bunu
parliament
oba kuba nibakuha
and a
freehold
minister.
itaka
She
ly'ekisaalu eri
was a
nibabanza
key
nibaliihaho
pillar in women
Then,
democratization and democratization
abaali still
process. Your
baali
Excellency,
bakwatagaine n'abofiisi
on 22nd
abakwatwamu
July,
ofiisi
the
z'abamataka
nation also lost
bahaire
another
nk'ekyojja mu miro
eminent former
gavumenti
legislator,
eyizire n'esazaamu
Honorable
ebyapa byabo
Hussein Chanjo, the
wakiso
former
niho
member of parliament
yatandikiire
of Makindye West,
ebyapa ebikuyingura 300 ekabisazaamu kandi nekyagenda mu maiso nebisazaamu ebituwaka abakumanya buganda yaitu buganda tinyangira erinsi ekuzire mu maiso aho wata kampala abuso bwa kampala busego bwokuba n'olugakyegyewo abantu boona baali batahire ekitweka kyekisaaru abagaiga abamukugamba boona baitu amaju gaabo gayizire nigasenywa nigacwibwa nibabimbwa omu itaka ly'ebisaaru tihali kampala honka omu disitulikiti yakyegegwa abakirobini tukabasampulingamu abakwijukira nibaijukira na muno muno hamaini egyo yali erindoli kubagamba hamuli nebemukorrayo tibihikire then mwehabuli kandi tutakome kawefubere kyagenda mumaiso ogwatakahikirweho nawe naija kuba nahikwaho kuteera tikusemerye kukoma nibwo mazima twakwendire kimwe ivene n'okuhika muko wawe baitu habwa obusoberwa butali bumo na bumo na muno muno munsaho baitu nikyo kurora ntukozesa
Your Excellency,
enyamasa zenu na iraka lya
during the third
abantu
session,
bona
the
ekirerezi
Parliament of
ky'abantu
Uganda proudly
kurora
hosted two
twabahikyaho
major
iraka
conferences.
eri kubaterera kulinda
The
muno
conference
kulinda
of
kurungi ebicweka
The
byaitu eby'obuhangwa
speakers
bino
and presiding officers
baitu
of the
twakwenzere kuhika buli
Commonwealth,
hamu
that is
baitu
CISPO,
atusoboire tuyizire ntubaza n'abataka
And
hagurawundi
86
oku habuli kisaaru na muno muno
committee
akuba hali
meeting
enkayana
of the
oba tukuba
Commonwealth
tufunire report
Parliamentary
abantu
Association, that is
abakwatwaho
CPA,
boolekere nti
African region,
ekitweka
where
kyekisaaru
we have the
bakitahiriye
chairman
then
of
nebetaaga
CPA
obusagiki
African region,
oba kumanyisibwa
right
oba
here,
obuyambi bwona
right
kuruga mu
honorable
ofisi
Lucas.
y'ebyobuhangwa
You're most welcome.
baitu aho tuteera
In
still
addition,
abantu
Uganda
ibyo
also
mube
hosted
vigilant
the
ninyo
19th
mube
summit of
bakarabaraba
the
oba bakarolerezi oba
non-aligned
bakarondozi
and the
hagurawundi
group of
maiso
77,
hansi
G77
kurora
plus China,
omuliranwa
and the
neiba
third
waabwe akuba yatahire kisaaru
South
niwo be
and
ukubanza
South
wali
Summit.
kumugamba ekiwakola ekyo
Your
yabansobi
Excellency,
then
I
kakubura
want to take this
yalemeraho
opportunity
iraka eryongero
to
lyambuke
formally
haba
congratulate
kurwa
you
abakusingaho na muno muno
upon
district y'ebyobuhangwa
achieving the
tebali hara erikyegegwana
chairmanship of NAM and D77. Congratulations.
naitwa ntusagikira kemo abakoto
And
abato
this
abagufu
is
n'abarayingwa
up to
bona barugire kimo mu
2027.
bisaaru egyo niyo
Just a
kawefube ya
reminder
gavumenti
that the leadership is up to
ntulibata mpora mpora
2027.
atakahikirweho ajja kuhikwa baitu
On behalf of
ogwatakagireyo
legislature,
ntumuhabura
we express
oba
our
tumuweninga
utmost
in
faith
advance
and delight
atagezaho kujyayo
that your
habwokuba
tenure as a chair
ebikwija nyenkya
will witness
tibikwija
as the
kumuleka
remarkable strides
tibikwija kumulekera
in
kalulu
cementing the cooperation among members of NAM and G77
ogu
plus China.
anyakwine itakaliye
Relatedly,
ploti eri mu
Your Excellency, the
eri mu
Parliament of
kisaaru,
Uganda
eri mu
continues to
itakaliye.
play crucial leadership
eri
role
ploti
in various interparliamentary bodies
ploti
through which
plotiye
our
eri mu
national
kisaaru.
interests are ably
amakuru ekisaaru
actuated.
nayo
The Speaker
nayo-
of Parliament
nayo plotiye hiki
of Uganda,
ekyo ningira kyeri tikihikire
who was
okuboine ploti
previously
eri okuboine ploti yawe
chaired the
haisaka
standing
eri ahaiguru
committee
eri
of the conference
esobola
of the
kuheri-
speakers and
kubalihirira
presiding
ekisaaru, baitu
officers
mutali mu kisaaru.
of the Commonwealth,
so tukuba
up
tugamba
to
leka twije tukuramule
24,
tubaramule
currently
nitugamba eri itaka
deputized by
lyanyu
India.
kandi
In addition,
ntubaramura ntubayiha
CISPO,
ekitali kyanyu
a position which will
nitubalekera
be
ekyanyu
held
itaka
in
eryawe nitubalire
2077.
haiguru
Just a
baitu litali mu
correction
kisaaru.
here that the Speaker of Uganda
Tumalize nunu
is
kupangisa
the chairperson of
itaka
CISPO,
kisaru itunagunza
and
kupangisa
the deputy speaker is the first vice chairperson
Owa
of
itaka
CISPO,
lyekisaaru
and this also
kupangisa,
goes up to
kalenu
2027.
hariho abaliranwa
Your
abakuba
Excellency,
bali
That is a sign that we are still there. Your Excellency and honorable members, this conference was significant in enhancing the global stature of Uganda among international community of the nations in as far as international cooperation and collaboration is concerned. The conference underscored the imperative of coexistence and respect for values, cultures, and traditions of other states. It is also reaffirmed that while differences in perspectives are inevitable, they should always be approached within a framework of friendship, cooperation, coexistence, and mutual understanding. Your Excellency, Uganda's position in this important conference was not just as a host, but also a guide, a mediator, a friend to all nations represented. Our efforts in organizing such meaningful and successful conferences were not in vain, as they had a significant multiplier effect on the local economy and left a lasting impression on the hearts and minds of all the participants, Uganda being the pearl of Africa. Your Excellency, we thank you for gracing the conference and sharing the words of wisdom with all the speakers and the delegates that came to Uganda. We want to thank you so much. We do not take this for granted. Your invaluable support was very instrumental in ensuring the success of all these conferences. We do not take that still for granted. The financials all came from you, and we can not thank you any more than that. Your Excellency, as we embark on the fourth session, we will continue to count on you, on your inspirational and guidance, which at the same time is bettering our own efficiency, effectiveness, and responsiveness of legislature. I love the saying that you always say, these are young people, they are all learning. And indeed, we are all learning. Pursuant to Article 94.4 of the Constitution of Uganda, and Rule 25.1 of the Rules of Procedure, priority will be accorded to government business. This will require timely introduction of government business for parliamentary conditions by the Prime Minister. Your Excellency, the Parliament of Uganda is a people-centered legislature. This implies that the common Ugandan is at the center of the parliamentary processes and decisions. In furtherance to this, therefore, and in furtherance to Article 95.2 of the Constitution of Uganda and Rule 17.1 of Rules of Procedure, during the fourth session, Parliament will hold regional outreach sittings that will cover 4 traditional regions in Uganda, that is North, East, West, and Central. Your Excellency, we take this opportunity first to thank you for accepting Parliament to have those regional sittings, and we also want to take this opportunity to invite you to grace the first sitting that will be held in Gulu. The inaugural outreach sitting will be on 29th to 30th August 2024 at Kaunda Grounds in Gulu City, Northern Uganda, and that's where we are requesting that you come and open the session in Gulu. I take this singular honor to sincerely invite you for and on behalf of Parliament and the people of Northern Uganda. We will have a sitting there so that we can be able to address the House on various matters of public importance, especially affecting that particular region. Honorable members, allow me in a special way to appreciate His Excellency the President of the Republic of Uganda and the First Lady, Mama Janet Museveni, who is also a Minister of Education and Sports, for the enormous support they have given to sports. We want to thank you so much. This support is demonstrated in various ways. For the first time, our national team, Uganda Cranes, is going to play in Nambole tomorrow. And that is out of all the support that you have given to Nambole National Stadium. And we also want to thank you, Your Excellency, for ensuring that this year we were able to win the hosting of AFCON. Uganda will be hosting AFCON and providing money for all the infrastructural development that is required by AFCON. I want to invite all of you to go and support our national team, Uganda Cranes, that will be playing tomorrow. And the chief guest